right, get ready to start here. All right, so welcome. So we're going to do today our June SRI. We're going to do stages 6, 7, and 8. So we're moving from transform into awaken for the first time. That I think in a lot of ways kind of represents what's going on right now in the world, and for some of us in our bodies and in our lives. And we're in a time of transition and transformation. And so we want to be prepared for that. And we want to be ready for that transformation and be actively going through that as well, and getting to a place of awaken. So I'm going to read just a little. There's a poet, Kristen Zambuca, wrote in The Keepers of the Earth, and kind of encapsulates this feeling of what stage 8 represents. So stage 8 is readiness and emptiness. And again, moving the first time into awaken. And as you reach new plateaus of thought and old friends drop away, fear not loneliness, for there is a silent communication between those at the same level of awareness, and for the first time you will not be lonely. The other thing I want to just read quickly is just the kind of the general feeling in a classic stage 8 experience. I do things because they feel right, not to move towards pleasure and away from pain. I do things because it's time to do them. I know that I will be supported by an abundant universe in my choices. I experience peace when at times thoughts, inner noise, or static cease to direct my attention. I sense more room within my body for my breath. I sense the rhythms within and sometimes around me. I spontaneously say thank you for the people, events, and circumstances that come to me. I feel grateful for my connection with others and a greater cosmic plan. So that's what we're working towards. That's what we're moving into today. So again, we're going to do 6, 7, and 8. I'll try to demonstrate every kind of hand position and breathing that we'll have. We'll just go into it, and you'll have access to this as a replay as well. So thanks for joining me today, and hope you can follow along as we do 6, 7, and 8. We're going to start with a stage 1 scan. So for this one, just going to lay on our backs. We'll be laying on our back the whole time. And we're going to start with the breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So we're going to start with the hands one over the other, elbows out to the side, right at the chest. And we'll call that position 1. Position 2 is going to be right where the rib cage comes together. And then position 3, right over the belly button. So starting up here at the chest, we're just going to take a few breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then moving into position 2, right where the rib cage comes together. And now right into position 3, right over the belly button. And what we want to do is just try to identify the spot that felt most connected, the place that felt the most ease. And we'll just go to that spot and take a few more breaths. And as we breathe into that spot of connection, just feeling the breath, the energy, the movement. And we'll talk a little bit about energy today. And people experience energy in different ways. So you may see something, a light or a color. You may feel a warmth or a vibration. There may be a hum in that spot or around that area. So however you experience energy, that's what we're feeling for. And then also feeling the expansion, the movement of the body as the breath comes in, and then the actual breathing itself. So thinking about the breath, the energy, the movement into that spot where you feel the connection and the ease. We'll just take a few breaths there. And now I just want you to bring your hands to the place that felt maybe more challenging or more disconnected. And we'll just take a few breaths into that area. Same thing, feeling for breath, for energy, for movement, and just try to notice which one seems the most dominant. And then once more back to that spot where you feel the connection, the ease, wherever that spot is for you, position 1, 2, or 3. And now we'll move into position 6, so stage 6. For this one, we're going to use the position that felt, the area of the body that felt more disconnected, more challenged today. And what we're going to do is bring the legs down. One leg is going to cross over the other, so both legs are straight and crossed. The elbows are going to be bent and active. So just like they were when we just did that scan in the body. And the scan is something that we can use anytime. So just anytime we need to find more connection, more peace, we can always do that scan, start at position 1, 2, 3, and just trying to check in with the body and find the place that feels easy and connected. And we can always come back to that. So what we're going to do moving with stage 6 is we're going to start to use the place where we felt more challenge, actually. And for me, it was down here in position 3, so that's where I'm going to be working. And what we want to do is wherever that position was for you, we're going to bring the hands away from the body to start and start to bring the hands down. And what we're feeling for here is if you feel kind of like your hands want to stop at a place, or maybe there's some resistance or some pushback. So it could be very close to the body, or it might be further away. Wherever it is for you, I just want you to start with the hands there. Not exactly on the body, we're going to work towards that, but we'll start with the hands just slightly away from the body or wherever it feels like there's a little bit of resistance for you. And what we're going to do with this stage is we're going to be breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And we'll start slowly and then we'll build a rhythm. The breathing cycle is as the breath comes in, we're going to be breathing, moving the hands up. And as the breath goes out, breathing, moving the hands down. So we're doing a full circle, a full revolution for each breath, or for 2 breaths. So again, breathing in through the nose and then out through the nose. And start to pick up that pace a little bit with the breathing as the hands swirl. Bring the hands closer to the body as the swirling gets faster. And then when you can't build any further, just rest the arms down at the side, continuing to leave the legs bent or the legs crossed over and straight. Continue to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And just feel as that energy vortex that was created swirls in the body and moves from your head through the bottom of your toes, bottom of your feet. Now we're going to begin to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, moving into stage 7. We'll uncross the legs. Legs will stay straight, arms will go out straight. Now for this stage, we're going to be breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. As we breathe in through the nose, we're going to be pointing our toes and bringing the hands out, breathing in. As we breathe out, the hands will clasp and the toes will come up, pointing again towards our head. So out, in. So when we breathe in through the nose, hands go out, feet go out. Breathing out through the mouth, hands clasp in, toes come in. So we're drawing the energy, we're bringing it from our environment, transforming it into the body and bringing it into the solar plexus. So into that kind of position 3 area. And the same thing again, we'll start slow, we'll build the rhythm and allow the rhythm to take over. And then when we get to the point where we can't do it any further, we're gonna bring the arms down to the side and we'll make a sound. It will be like a ooh or an ah. The sound that it feels like is resonating within the solar plexus, within that area that we're building the momentum. Okay, so we're gonna start in through the nose and out through the mouth. Starting to build. And on our next breath, we're going to make the sound, the authentic sound of the solar plexus. And just continue to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And now we're going to begin to reverse that breathing, breathing in through the mouth and out through the nose. And moving into stage 8, that first stage of awaken, and the feeling of emptiness and clearing space. And in the space of emptiness, anything is possible. So clearing away all that once was and making space for what can be and what will be in the future. And we're going to bring just our second, third, and fourth finger right to the third eye. Elbow is going to be active. And then bring the elbow down, pulling down the body. And our second hand is going to bring those finger 1, 2, and 3 straight down into the sternum. We're going to connect the elbow and the wrist together. And as we breathe in through the mouth and out through the nose, start to feel a rocking with the head. And then on that exhalation, the head will return to a neutral position. And if it feels more comfortable, you can bring the knees into a bent position. And breathing at whatever pace feels comfortable to you. And feel the rhythm of the breath take over for you. And whatever pace feels comfortable. And then when you feel comfortable, you can just let the arms rest out to the sides. And just rest in that position, in that space of emptiness and connectedness. Space of endless possibility. And take your time in that position. And when you feel ready, you begin to come to a seated position. And just take your time getting there. Just take a few breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, and just let yourself Come back into your body. Good job. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll check in again.